Alright guys, just show y'all how I do my after run real quick. Get y'all off the ground a little more than that. Nah, you're gonna have to deal with it. Let's see. Alright guys, show y'all what we got going on here. So y'all can see. Let me show y'all how I do my after run real quick. Y'all see that shit? Okay, so get the glow plug out. Get all your residual dirt from around the glow plug so nothing falls down in there. I've already taken my tank out. So take your after run. What I use is Napa Air Tool oil. About that much MP, and then about that much Napa Air Tool oil, and then a little bit of what do you call it, Marble Mystery Oil. Shake it up real good too, people. Put about 5 drops in there. Put 3 drops in the carb. You should get a towel, clean towel. Just put it over it. Normally if your vehicle's clean, you know, mine's dirty, but I don't want any dirt getting down in there. Open up your carb and hit it, and then I'll go with 4 drops, 2 drops, and then I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So, you know, 3, 4, 5 drop, whatever. It's not going to hurt anything. Just when you get ready to fire it up, before you prime it, open your carburetor all the way and hit it with the bump box and blow that after run out of there, or you're going to flood. You're going to have a hard time starting it. And that's that, guys. Go ahead and close it up. Sometimes I'll put another drop or 2 and just work the slide back and forth so you keep everything nice and oiled up. Make sure you're at bottom dead center. Turn your box off. And put your glow plug back in. What you can do on this too, guys, and let me show you this while I got it out. Take a piece of fuel line, cut it, and I don't like using that one. Let's use this one. Put the fuel line down in your glow plug wrench, and that way you'll reach the glow plug hole better. You're not struggling with it. Make sure you don't cross thread these, and just give it a little notch. You don't have to gorilla monster torque it down, okay? Alright guys, and then what I do is I go ahead and cap this bad boy off. Not with that one though, it's not big enough. Where's the other one? I got another one here somewhere. Where did he go? Let's just use. Alright guys, cap it off, and then what I do from this point is I'll go ahead and pull the engine out, the radio tray, and here on the hyper the way I do that is I disconnect these. And that way it can stay behind. Put your screws back in so you don't lose them. And I'd say try to not move your servos around too much, but man, whenever I put them back on, I've always got to readjust the endpoints and stuff. I never get it right. I end up bumping it or something. So that's off. Okay. Alright guys, and then so that's my after run. What I'll do is I'll pull my battery out. I'll pull my entire tray. I don't leave my batteries in. I pull them out, and if I'm not going to use them right away again, I will go ahead and put it into storage mode. As you see, we're using the Lifey. The Lifey battery, 1900. And you can see I got my Protect Glitch Buster down in there as well. So all this is going to come out, the whole radio tray. So I'll just lock this back down. And then you don't wet your radio tray, you don't wet your servos. Use your compressor. Again, Mr. Muggy, you need a compressor, bro. Once you pull this out, just blow it off real good. Once you wipe it down and blow it clean, you can take a light coat of silicone spray, but don't douse it. Sometimes I'll put it on a rag and just wipe it all down. Pull your engine out. I'm probably going to go ahead and pull my pipe off and everything, and put in that VZB, not the one with the new internals, the used one. So I want to see how that is with the new bearings. I think it's going to run well. So we'll go ahead and pull that out and put it in here, and I won't run this no more. Once I can hook up with my grandson, T-Baby, he'll have a nice, you know, clean, like brand new machine with this engine. So y'all saw I got it, getting it tuned and dialed in. It runs good, and we'll richen it up a little bit for him. So alright guys, when you clean this, and I'll show you all that in a little bit, how I clean it. So until then guys, we'll see you on a little bit, okay? Alright guys, I'm going to wash the hyper and show y'all how I do this. So check it out. Go ahead and wash the 8T body too. I haven't done the 8T yet, but we'll do it next. I'll do it after supper. So I've got all the tires, the Badlands off and all that, the body off. Once we get done, we're going to put this bad boy in the sun to marinate. Alright guys, so you can see we basically just have the radio tray out. Everything's out. I have not taken apart I'm not going to take the the front and rear clip off this time. I'm going to show y'all how I do it. I've never had any issues, no corrosion. I did replace the upper A arm there, as you can see. This Hyper, she's got, look at that. And I wash it like this every time. I've got the upgraded CNC steering knuckles. Always wash your filter, guys. You can't use the, see, even underneath it's dirty. You can't use the motor savers on these buggies, so wash this really good in Dawn soap. I've already done the engine, and I'm going to tell y'all how I do the engine. Cap everything off. I spray it, I hit it with the compressor real good, get all the air off. Cap it. I'll go ahead and this time I'm just going to leave the exhaust on there. I'm going to transfer it over to this other OS VZB 0.21. And then I hit it with brake clean. Try not to get too much around your rubber parts, but hit the whole thing with brake clean really good. I even get up under the bell in where the Max Life aluminum clutch shoes are. Get it real good. And then I hit it again with the compressor, get everything off, and then sometimes I got to hit it a little bit more. And then once that's all done, ooh, almost dropped it. What I'll do is I'll take a little bit of silicone spray. Try not to get it under your clutch shoes, but hit the whole engine with some silicone spray, and that will get everything nice and lubed back up, all your rubbers and everything. I didn't get in here. You gotta try to get in these boots too, guys. I'll get that in a minute. As you can see, guys, I don't use rubber bands for my return spring. I use the Dynamite return springs. I've never had any issue. You just have to be careful and put it on a certain way where it won't rub the boot. And then where it hooks right here, bend the hook up a little so it's not poking a hole in the boot. And it works just fine. And there, look, and they're $5 or $6 for 2 of these springs. I have them on all my vehicles, but I'll hit it with some silicone spray here in a few minutes. It's over there. Today I'm using the WD-40 water resistant silicone spray. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray down the whip. Then we're going to hit it with the compressor, get all the moisture off. Then I hit the bearings. Then I hit the bearings with this bearing oil. And what I use for my bearing oil, guys, is Amsoil Severe Gear Air Tool Lubricant. That's what I use for my bearings. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of MP in there too. But I just get in where all the bearings are, try to get up underneath the shield and get a little bit in there and then move them around. I get all the bearings, you know, the inner and outers, these bearings in here, anywhere where there's a bearing, your steering servo saver, there's a bearing in there, I get that. And then I get up under here, you know, without having to take everything apart. Sometimes I'll take it all the way apart, but this time I'm not. So this is what I do when I'm not. And then turn your steering knuckle so you can get down in that bearing as well. And I've never had any corrosion issues whatsoever, guys. So let's go ahead and get it over there, and I'm going to show y'all how I wash it down. Oh, also, once I do the bearing oil, I'll hit anywhere where there's metal, your output cups, your drive cups, bearing, all that stuff with MP. I don't douse the whole truck. What I'll do is I'll do all that. I'll put the bearing oil, then I'll hit it with MP on all the metal surfaces, and then I let it sit for a second, and I spray it off with the compressor. But this is how I do this. I'm going to show y'all. Not everybody does it this way, and some people don't disagree, but I've never had any corrosion issues with my bearings or my screws or anything. Wrong one. So I know this video is going to be all over the place, guys. Just kind of bear with me. Skip through. You're going to have some party shots. You're going to have some wrenching and cleaning shots. But let's just hit the whole thing. Now about every 3 times I'll disassemble the entire truck, but I'm not going to do it this time. Get all in there, guys. Don't be stingy with the simple green, guys. Flip it over. Back side. The main trick to this, guys, is using either WD-40 or MP, some type of metal protector that can disperse the moisture so you don't have corrosion. And we'll hit the tires real good. And I don't even scrub these, man. They come out perfect. You just hit them with the simple green. Let them sit for a bit. My wife made me a homemade ice cream cake. I can't wait. I know. She says I'm a brat. It's true. I can't deny. And tomorrow, guys, after I move my son, I'm going to hit the hobby shop. I'm going to come over there. Phil told me today that Elliot would be working. So I need to talk to him for a few minutes. And Robbie should be there in the afternoon. Trying to work a deal on this OS Drake. I'm never going to be a professional racer, so I want to take that money and put it towards some nice bashing items. I really want to get a new starter box as well. Just douse it all real good, people. Now the sun's out, it's a little cool, it's not real hot. So let it sit for a few minutes and then we're going to spray it down. And then once we get done with that one, we'll go ahead and do the 8T. You can see right there, guys, where the plastic broke off. I was running a little bit. I lost the dog bone, and it took me forever to find it, but I did find it. So we're going to go ahead and get those TLR ones, and that's going to be a permanent fix there. I mean, not permanent. You have to, like on my Techno, the pills on this side over here, the pill wore over here. I don't know, it wore more on this side than it did this side. So I went ahead and pulled the blocks off, the holders, the pin holders, and I replaced the pills. I just using the center, the normal ones that are put the pin in the center. I'm not trying to offset or anything like that for racing or what have you. But before I replaced it, it was loose. The A-arm was loose in the rear, and once you replace the pills, they wear out after time. You have to replace them, and if you buy a new race kit, it comes with all the different pills to fix it. They're in here somewhere. They better be. Well, they're in here somewhere, guys. You'll find them. And I have so many parts from old vehicles, guys, that... Well, here's some right here. These are the pills. If you wonder what these are in your kit when you get it, that's what they are. And, you know, you have different offsets on those. I haven't learned a lot about that, but once I start learning about racing and stuff, I'm sure that Trevor and Elliot will school me on pill usage. It's the weirdest name for something, pills. But anyway, guys, so let's let's spray this thing down so we can give it a silicone bath. Once we spray it, we're going to hit it with the compressor. Oh, shit. Alright guys, just like that. Make sure and get in there real good, get all the dirt out. And then we'll disperse the moisture with WD-40 and the compressor, or in my case, MP. You know, wet. If you look at this Hyper 7, this is how I've always cleaned my whip. Every now and then I'll break it all the way down, but if you go over it with a fine-tuned comb, there is no moisture, not even in the bearings. You just have to be meticulous about it. The body. And then I'll let the Badlands soak for a minute while we go ahead and take this in. Alright guys, so I just set this up like that. I try to set it up this way so it's running down instead of in. So it's going to get loud for a second, guys. Get all your bearings and anywhere where there's going to be metal or bearings. Get all up in the front assembly. I'm not going to turn this on. I'll turn it on in a minute. But you get the point. Spray it all down really good. And I'll come back to it here in a second. I'm going to fire up the compressor. But you get my point. Air it all out real good. And then I'll be back in a second to show y'all the rest of the process. See you in a minute. Alright guys, I got it all blowed out. So let me show you my next step. We're going to use this for my bearings. It's the AMSOIL Severe Gear. Or really any type of motor oil. You can just use 10W40. I like the Severe Gear stuff because it's heavy duty and it's good stuff. Good stuff. And lighten it up a little with the Air Tool oil. So just take, you got to have one with a little needle to do it. So basically what I do, I can get y'all in there, is I'll get down on the bearing like that. In between the housing and the bearing, and just squirt some in there. Then take the steering knuckle, same thing, get in between the bearing there, get some in there, and then in between here, so do them all. All of them, guys. Get in between. The rear, like that. Just like that, guys. Spin it, get it nice in the bearings. Okay. And there's all my things that I use here. And we're going to take some MP, guys. And we're going to get it down in there. So, make sure you get all the cup and everything. Don't be afraid to hit it, man. Alright. So, spin it up. Okay. Now we'll bring it back over to the compressor. Turn it off so it's not noisy. And just disperse it, guys. How I've always washed my whips, guys. Never had any issue whatsoever. Alright, and then the final step. Get it out here in the sunlight. Get everything good. It'll wear off of these brake pads. Don't worry about that. Get all up in there real good. Don't be stingy with it, guys. Get in your bearings. Get everywhere. Okay, get the bottom. This silicone spray can only be good, man. And that's it. A lot of times if it's cold outside or the sun's gone down, I'll take it into the Nitro barn and I'll put a fan right in front of it to let it dry. So save a little bit. And I'll show you why here in a second. So let's spray these off real quick. Don't even have to scrub them, guys. It's a lot of process, guys, but it's worth it, man. Keep your vehicles clean. They will last you a lot longer, man. You don't even have to dry these off. And you know what to do. Douse some. Badlands aren't cheap, so take care of them, people. I know it's getting close to time to eat. That's it, guys. Leave it out in the sun. Save some. Oh, I'm not sure if I have any more. Alright, guys, that's my process for how I clean my whip after a run. And then you can also wipe down. I usually take a rag and I'll wipe this down. I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to pull these blacks out and we're going to put them here in the Mugen, in the MBX5R. Again, Muggy, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you 100% for sending me this and the exhaust gaskets, man. Everybody, you gotta have a manual for your whip if you want to do any type of maintenance on it. I have one for every one of my vehicles in here. Even when I sold the and pass it on too, guys. If you sell a vehicle, especially an older vehicle, pass on the manual with it if you have it, please, guys, because you know that's part of the whip. You need to have it. So let me get ready to eat some good chow, guys, and then I'll take care of this, and then later on this evening we'll run a quart of that my break-in fuel here. I need to order some more Novorossi caster. Whatever I had left is in here. It's my break-in fuel, but I've got enough to do. I've got about a quart left in there, so we'll finish that up, and then we'll switch over to you know what I like, the Bones Brew, people. Hell yeah, I would use Byron's. Not saying it's any better, but I would use it if it was affordable. I'm not going to let people take advantage of me for any reason at all. I don't care who you are. So, alright guys, we'll see y'all in a few minutes, man. Later.
I bought a thing of coleslaw stuff. And when I got it home, I opened it this morning. It was already open. So they had to go get another.
Can I look under here?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, they had to go get me another one.
Big fat ribs. What's over here? There's a lot of potato salad and coleslaw.
Well, there's
macaroni.
pasta salad.
Those are my favorite.
Okay.
And that's my wife.
You saw me already once.
And that's my mom's and my dad's over there. In-laws, but they're the only ones I got left. So.
All right, we have no color to our dinner.
Who's drinking beer?
It went in your ribs.
Oh. I was gonna say. All right. Wait, I gotta get a picture of one more thing over here.
Nicely.
I know. It's the cake.
Yeah.
It's the Woogie Nitro ice cream cake. That would be why it's in the freezer. My daughter decorated it.
Well, you have ice cream here.
Very cool. Alright, people. I'm gonna get to eating. We'll see you on a bit. Okay.
Don't tip it or it'll fall over.
Alright, there it is.
Tip it a little bit.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Can you put the camera up some? Not like that, stupid. Like this. There you go. Yay. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. And the puppies.
All right.
You want to be in there too? And your doggy.
Cool. Thank you, Braden. This is the dum-dum holding the camera, but he's all right.
Ah, be nice.
All right. And that's my puppy.
Say hi, Dad.
All right. I'll be back in a minute. Y'all get the first piece. I don't need it. Not yet. I'll be back.
Need it.
And this one is not joining me in my birthday festivities. I don't know why. But she made the best birthday cake ever. Well, it's not a cake though, it's ice cream.
I didn't even make it. I decorated
But it's a
it.
cake. It's half cake, half ice cream. So is it a cake or is it ice cream?
It's an ice cream cake.
Oh, shit. Alright. Ice cream cake. Alright, guys. I'm going to go. This is the last portion of the video. And it's some of my crazy ass family. But I love them all. And I appreciate everything that they did for me today. And tomorrow I'm going to go help my son. Then we're going to head over to the hobby shop and see about picking up some goodies for the 8T and possibly a new starter box. Not sure, but we'll check it out. I definitely want the aluminum TLR hinge pin holders. Those will be coming home with me for sure. And we will install those tomorrow night or something. And then here in a little bit, I'm going to run another quart through here. So, alright guys, that is the end of my birthday video. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. All the people that sent me birthday wishes. 53 years old today, and I feel good. I feel like I'm at least 52, you know. No, I don't feel as old as I am, that's for sure. And I think part of that is because of my career. I'm in the moving business, as y'all know. So I'm pretty physical all day long, and that's helped keep me somewhat healthy. And the fact that I don't drink alcohol, liquor, beer, I don't drink at all, and that I don't do drugs. But I will tell you, if marijuana was legal, I would be a smoking. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. And remember, treat people the way you would like to be treated. We'll see y'all later, man. Out.